everyone. There are leaf blowers going, before I wish you happy anything, there are leaf blowers out. It is Thanksgiving morning. And like, what day of the year is there peace of air and ear? Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you are not like beset by leaf blowers and you're spending a bunch of time with your family, because there's something special, like like shared genetics, that kind of family. There's something so unique about it that like non-biological family lacks. And the easiest way for me to validate that claim is murder statistics. So here's a topic for tonight's, dinner conversation. More than a third of women who are killed, it's the husband, maybe not the husband, it's some sort of intimate partner. Often that would be a husband. So like, I don't know, the husband snaps and just murders a wife. But the percentage of dads, of fathers who kill their kids, way lower. And those kids irritate thug dad more than the wife, more than the leaf blowers, more than the wife, like more than anybody. But then look at the stepkid stats. I mean, the percentage of stepfathers who commit like step-filicide is 16 times higher than the same rate for their biological children. And those biological children are worse behaved because they have impunity, right? Kids are smart enough to recognize the imbalance of punishment. And so with the biological kids, they can go into their fit of screaming or whatever, but one obnoxious outburst from a step kid, and that could send it's like step papa into fisticuff mode, or with a sword, however it's done. And so all I'm saying is shared genetics, really powerful force. And I think we all have an innate ability to, like a sixth sense, right? To detect similarities, like of our alleles. I put sixth sense in quotation marks because we have tons of senses I've never understood, counting them up to 6. I'm by a fire, hypothetically. And so like there's thermoreception. I can tell if something's hot. If you're outside right now, it's cold and you can feel that, you can sense that. There's like nociception, pain. If you have chronic pain, some acute pain, whatever, you can sense that. Like you can do that. Pretty much everyone can do that. Like close your eyes and touch your, or like go up a flight of stairs without looking at your feet. That's proprioception. It's Thanksgiving. Maybe you haven't eaten yet and you're hungry. You can sense your appetite, or you've just eaten and there's satiety or like a feeling of excessive fullness. You can sense all of those things. But in addition, a 6th, 7th, 8th, a 50th sense, whatever, is our ability to detect relatedness. I think we have that, and I think all animals seem to. I mean, just watch 2 dogs on the sidewalk. They spot each other in the distance. They can smell each other from an even like farther distance than that, but they're like at the edge of their leash. I mean, just straining together, barking, and they're growling at each other, even when they look like different species. I've just never seen a dog be like that belligerent with a creature it can't breed with. Like it'll chase the cat, maybe some of them will. It's like its ears will perk up for the squirrel and watch it. But it's not going to be like aggressive and territorial with a skunk, like a possum, or like a wild guinea pig. I mean, for that sort of vicious, like violence, it needs shared genetics. And so I know that, in some families, let's get back to like humans, in some families, we have like old, like hard feelings. I mean, just old stories. We go way back and we have grudges, and that can make social engagements maybe a little bit awkward, and there can be some tension at Thanksgivings. But I hope for today you are just surrounded by family members for whom you have nothing but soft feelings. But even if there are some hard feelings here and there, they're like a hard scale on, a couple of relatives, like the murderers we talked about earlier, I hope you can be present. You can be emotionally honest and present, because that is just vanishing. I'm sure you've noticed every single year it just sort of evaporates from like human society is human connection. So watch people, pick up my phone, watch people send texts, like watch younger generations send texts. And you can do this, you can just spy and they'll never notice you because they're so distracted. I do this all the time. So watch their face, like from this angle, watch my face. I mean, it just looks like I'm just like catatonic, like I Botoxed my like everything. And I have just this dead stare. And so I see that, and then like, I want to see what they're texting. There's something serious, there's something grave here that is being communicated. And so go around to the other side, and you like put your face right to the phone. They're not going to notice you, they're so distracted. And what it says is like, OMG, exclamation point, whatever. Like, that is the funniest thing I have ever heard. LOL, exclamation, point. I am literally dying laughing, exclamation, and then like that emoji of the crying face, or like, what? And so like maybe I missed, so I'm gonna go around and look at her face again, and it just looks like it's just like a Botox cadaver, and that can't be healthy. That kind of like incongruity, right, cannot be healthy. And it gives you the creeps too, but I hope at Thanksgiving we can put all that aside and just be present, because Thanksgiving is not about the food. I mean, 100 years ago, sure, food was harder to come by, but everyone, like multiple times a day, every day of the year is overeating. I mean, just eat to the point of like self-loathing excess. That's not what makes Thanksgiving special. What makes Thanksgiving special is the presence of all these loved ones, all these family members. Even if you're growling at each other, that's what's important. So I hope you have that this year. And then when it's done, when Thanksgiving is all done and it's time to shop, that's what we do. We overeat and then we shop. So that's our holiday. I would recommend a gift for anyone who loves fantasy themes, but who is like an adult. The Crown and the Cage God, my book, my novel. And even in it, there is on page 234, I'm not going to read it, page 234, 235, I describe a holiday called Pilgrim's Day, which is the equivalent on Gaea of our Thanksgiving. There are 6 holidays that the whole of the planet celebrates. All Gaians universally celebrate 6 holidays, and one of them is Pilgrim's Day. And there's a bunch of food. I think we ought to behave as they do. But there's a bunch of food there that they eat. They don't follow up with shopping, but I'm going to go eat. And if you follow up with shopping, then you have my blessing to get my book. But I hope your day is everything I just, talked about. And it's free from leaf blowers. Okay, bye, everyone.